Today, we are sitting down with Jennifer, a mother of three, a woman who balances family, beauty, and creativity, and someone who discovered painting in the most unexpected way. Jennifer isn't classically trained painter. In fact, art came into her life during a moment of personal transformation when she began using painting as a form of therapy, a way to reconnect with herself as woman beyond motherhood and responsibilities. What started as a deeply personal journey has now become her exhibition, Infinito Amor, a collection of works that explore love, healing, intuition, and courage to follow your inner voice. Today, I want to talk to Jennifer about the journey, how it started, what it healed, and why she believes every woman should listen to her instincts and how not to be afraid of reinventing yourself. Wow, Jennifer, you're not a trained painter. So, how and why did you start painting all of a sudden?
Yes, I'm not a trained painter. That means that I didn't go to a school or I didn't go to someone for a long time. But I think art has been always something in me. So after my journey in the motherhood, when I started in 2016, I always said to Tim, I wanted to do a painting for our living room, something that remains that I have made it from myself from scratch. I didn't know what exactly, but I think it was not the time when I said it, but the desire was there. After 6 years or 5 years, and I went through a lot of things, it was like something that I wanted to do, and that was the best moment to do something from me and for me. So I was like, I want to do the painting. The one that I said 5 years ago, I wanted to do it now. So I went to a store. I asked them like, what should I buy? So I bought the canvas, the size that I wanted for my living room. I wanted something that was meaningful for in that moment of my life. So it was like my matrimony, I wanted to be a turn forever. I want also my kids and the union that I want to be always and forever, even though I know in the future we're gonna have different paths. So I wanted to build something that say that in word, and that was the first painting I did, and it was the infinitive. So the infinitive, it was like I want health, I want prosperity, I want union, I want love, I want hard work, I want everything that will build us better. I want it in the infinitive forever. So that was the first painting I did with the help of these stores. I went like, give me the canvas. I want it in this color. And they were telling me the things. I was not a painter, like you said. But from that moment on, I felt I wanted to do more. So I could not stop there. And I just said, I need to continue. I need to do more. I have much more to share and much more to do. So that's how it started. And yes, I was not a painter, but I think the journey and the path teach me a lot. And I think that was always something that makes me feel also more powerful to learn from zero and to see that I am capable of putting in, in a painting my projects, and then I will feel reward. I will feel like, wow, I did that. And the expression of my husband after I finished every painting, it was amazing. He was always encouraging me, and that was good. So yeah, I was not a painter, but I built myself to do one and do what I wanted to do.
That's so incredible and brave just to follow that instinct, that desire, and
Yeah,
don't be scared of judgment or like
exactly.
not having a proper training, but actually
Yeah,
expressing yourself through
yeah,
painting without training. That's so brave and absolutely inspirational.
totally. I think it's really enjoyable also when you could do something from scratch, no matter what simple it is. It can be a painting, but it can be a bracelet. It can be anything that you say, I did it. I think it has more feeling and more power. It has your energy, like I did it. Anything, a dinner, a drink, a moment, it has you. So that is more meaningful. I could buy a painting, but something made from me, I think it was more meaningful. And then the journey starts with one and open up my confidence, and then I could not stop.
Because it wasn't really like commercial. You didn't start painting to sell or do exhibition. You just wanted
At all.
to do it for yourself.
At all. After that, I started spilling things. I was like, oh my God, if I want this for my family, I want to also put into art what I have been feeling these 5 years that has been so new for me. Nobody teach me or told me that I was gonna feel all this about motherhood, the love that you feel, but also the pain that you feel. Also for example, breastfeeding, how much you feel dependent, but also you feel so important giving in the nutrition to your kids. So it's like so many feelings that it feels crazy, and you don't hear nothing about that. And I was like, I need to put it together. I need to put all the things that I've been through, and not sure just in art, but I was like, I need to also talk about it. I need to be more open about it. It's normal. You're not alone. And we all women take it for granted, the things that we go through. And then the other woman feels like, oh, I didn't know that this was like this, but everybody's doing it. So I felt like, I think if I'm open enough, at least if I impact someone and make them feel, you see, it happens also to her, then, oh, it's not something personal, that the universe is like, it's just me, or it's my body, you know. But you go through it. You will see the light. You will learn from it. So it's also a really beautiful process that sometimes can be painful or can be fun, but it's a process.
Absolutely. And I feel like it's incredible you're sharing your experience, because female suffering and everything we have to go through is so normalized, because so many women do that. But it doesn't matter. It's not hard or it's easy. It's part of female life and journey. But I feel like we should definitely share more and like feel like more supported by other women, and know that like you're not alone going through that.
And be honest.
Normal. Yes.
And be honest. I think like when someone asks you like, oh, I'm gonna go through this process, oh, I can tell you it's beautiful, but that, and then be honest about it also. Like, you're gonna suffer, the first day, but you're gonna feel bad, and it's gonna be painful in places that you never imagine. You're gonna know a different phase of you. Your hormones are gonna play with your mind. Like, there's so many things that even when you go to a course, it's hard even to understand it. They're not gonna tell you, or they even not tell you because they think maybe you will not go through that, And it is true. Not all the bodies are the same. Not all the minds are the same, but the possibility is there, So it is important. For example, the second painting that I did was the heart, the beat heart, an angel, because it was my first baby that we tried to have, me and Tim, in 2017. After 3 weeks and a half, they told us that the heart was not beating anymore, and it was painful for us. But it was so painful that also we were grateful, because we were like, wow, we didn't realize that how much we really wanted it, because you don't think that you're capable of loving someone that you don't know, and then when you lose that, you're like, we loved it, we want it. So it was also, like a reflection of like realization. Exactly. We were like, wow, we just realized that we wanted. And then we tried it, of course. And then it's Mia, that is our rainbow baby. That's how you call the babies that come after a loss. And it is beautiful because then you have even more love to that second person, your second child. And I know friends and mom that have tried not 2 times, because I'm lucky, 10 times, because they have so much desire to be a mom that they try until they can. And that is so much love that you have for that person. Imagine when you tell that story to your kid. We tried it until we have you. That's how much we love you.
That's so powerful. I feel like it's incredible that you share that, and thank you so much because it's vulnerable to share that journey.
Yeah.
And I feel like it can be very inspiring for women who went or
Try.
there is
Yeah.
the loss of pregnancy of
Yeah.
baby and realizing that it's still possible because in 5 years, just to clarify, in 5 years
Yeah.
she had 4 pregnancies
Yeah.
and
One
three
lot, three
babies.
babies, exactly.
It's unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
like in such a short period of time,
Yeah.
we went through so many experiences.
Yes.
And the first one was traumatic loss of a baby that you actually transform into powerful and positive realization of how much you and your partner wanted to have family and kids. And that turned into 3 beautiful babies.
Yeah.
One basically after another.
another.
And it's incredible how you look, how your energy, you're like glowing, and you still not lost yourself in motherhood and responsibilities and
Yeah.
found your way into like yourself,
That-
your art, your paintings, and now your collection and your exhibition.
Correct. True. So it is hard for the body and it is hard for the mind. Like I told you before, I'm not going to tell you that it is amazing that you do that. It is wonderful. The result of my kids, I will never change it. But you have to know the other spectrum of that. You are putting your body through a lot, physically and mentally and hormonal and everything. So you have to be ready for that. You're gonna lose yourself, or the mind is gonna try to make you lose yourself, because it's gonna be a lot of conversations that are not that nice. But I think there's another art that I call stay in the bright side. You really need to focus to be like a hunter, a catcher of the good things in your daily, in the details, in the good thing, to find that energy that you need to not drain you, to not lose you, to find that thing that you say, I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to still do the things that I love. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to see the sky. I'm going to see the light. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to call that friend. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to see that series that I love and take me out of this bad energy that I'm feeling because of working so hard to give the best to my kids. So we need to be ready. Take all the things that are good for you, put it in your backpack, like you're going to some battle, and be ready for that, because it's gonna come. I tell my friends, oh, and then sometimes they say, no, but still everything is beautiful. You will see, it will come. Because even in the partner, with your partner, you will sometimes you are so rose and everything is so pink, and when the kids come, you will find that moment that you will react to yourself. Be ready for that. Be ready. So that's another painting that I have that is called Stay in the Bright Side. And I think it is really important for us to stay in the bright side, to, like you say, if I like to stay in a nice shape, I need every day that 5 minutes. If I want my mind to be in peace, I need that meditation, that breathing, that pray, that whatever makes you feel in peace, do it and don't stop doing it. Sometimes it's not in a amazing condition, because maybe you're not going to be shower the whole day, you're not going to see, but that day, take a chill, next day, you're stronger, do it. So sometimes it's a balance.
Absolutely. And I feel like I'm a true believer of doing something,
Yeah.
even if it's like 5 minutes meditation
Yeah.
or like just like 2 minutes just of peace and quiet to yourself than doing nothing. I
Yeah.
feel like people sometimes focus so much on this like 1 hour at the gym, or like don't do nothing at all, or like or my house is absolutely spotless, or I don't do anything. So go from one extreme to another. Then I really like you mentioned the other time that you put a timer to do all the laundry and all the like housework that you need to do. And even if you don't finish, that's it. That's the time you have for your house.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You did something. And you prioritize your mental health, your state, how you're feeling, your happiness first, and like cleaning the house and all the other responsibilities. And it's amazing that you don't feel like shame or judgment from others because af- afterwards, your kids, your partner benefit from you being in good mood.
Yeah. And I think because it hasn't been always like that, because I'm a perfectionist, okay? I'm a person that likes to look good, that the house is good and the kids are good. I think because of the experience, I have learned that. Because you said, oh, I put a timer, but before it was not like that. Before I put a lot of time, maybe having my house perfect. And I was even telling people, oh, don't use that towel because that towel is for to make my kitchen look pretty, and use the other one. That one is the one that you should use, you know? And then you're like fighting for something that is not worth it, you know? So of course you're like, what is better, you know? Or the kids are painting and then they make a little bit of a mess in your house. It's not Instagrammable, not aesthetic anymore, you know? And you're like,
Not the Virgo house
anymore, not a Virgo house anymore. So you're like, of course, like, okay, I need to learn what is important and what makes us happy. You know, I want my kids not to watch TV. I prefer that the house is a little bit more mess, a mess of happiness, a mess of creativity in my house, a mess of the things that are now our present happiness, you know? So that is what I have learned, but it's with the things, you know? I could before said, I'm not going to the gym because I was the whole day cleaning the house. Yeah, but you choose to do that, you know? So I was like, true, you know? And then I realized that true. So I'm not going to put that much time into laundry, into the house, enough to do something to advance the work, but I would prefer to go to the gym, or I prefer to do it, the training in the house. I prefer to, you know. And then I was like, oh, amazing. If things cannot be perfect, things don't have to be finished. Not everything is an emergency. So then you come to the basic and say what is important for me, and you do your little schedule that everything stays good but not perfect, and you also stay good.
But in then it's kind of it is kind of perfect for you finding that perfect balance around everything. And I love how you took responsibility and said like, yes, it's my choice. I chose to clean all day and not prioritize my physical health, my mental health. So there's like that shift of like, I'm not a victim that like motherhood did happen to me. I chose to be a mother.
Exactly.
And then I have to choose to prioritize my health, my mental health, and the actual actions towards it.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, that is something important. I think it's good not to stay in the thinking part and more to act, because sometimes I also talk with friends because I like to share and they tell me what they have or what I have, and but at the end, what are we gonna do? You know, so you can share me your problems, I can share, but the things like, what are we gonna do to change it? You know, and that is the action, like you say, any little action will always have an impact to be better in the couple, with your partner, with your kids, with you. And if that little action didn't work, change to another one because that one is not working. So it's always an evolution, it's always a changing. It's not that I have right now the recipe and it's perfect. Maybe tomorrow will be different, you know, and that is something that we should also know. It's flexible. You know, flexibility is everything. The balance is not in having a potion and repeating. No, it's being also flexible in changing the things to be in a good balance.
I really like that. And I feel like it's a difference between actually male and female cycle. When males are like, they like the routine every day the same.
Yeah.
And women,
We
we live in a
better.
cycle.
We live longer.
Exactly. But we live as well, actually in a cycle. Every day we wake up is different feelings, different level of energy, different hormones.
Yeah.
So just listening to your body and adjusting your routine, like
But that is
adjusting your
something that
cycle and
has
your feelings is amazing.
that is something that has been given to us, because what you say, the hormones start living with us since really young. So we have to learn it and adjust it since we're young. My girls, I have to tell them like it's gonna come, it's gonna feel like that, and when you know, like it's something that is given. But to men, it's not natural, you know, to say, oh, I have to work until I block, until I burn or whatever. And then you're like, because you don't have a good balance, like I have learned, you know. So that is something also that we can teach them as a women and also pass them because we have had it since really young from our mom and our experience. And it happens a lot of time that not balance in the men. And then with our experience and our gentle and love, we can also teach them, you know, to find their balance, find a hobby, find things that they like, find a purpose, find their values, you know, their core, and not be just one thing, like you say. Be flexible, be open, enjoy life, you know. So yeah.
I really am like, I really like how you say that teach them, but I want to clarify, like, because I know Jennifer and she doesn't like take her partner, like, you have to do that, that. She teaches him by example, by actually living her best life, choosing her hobbies, and then he looks at her like, I should do the same, I should try it. And then he start looking for his way,
Yeah.
not because you told him to do so,
No.
no, because you showing him what you're doing and you're inspiring him
Yeah.
to actually pursue his like hobbies, his ways, his happiness.
Yeah.
So that's like very important clarification how we teach our partners, because our partners is our mirrors.
Yeah.
We are not their teachers, but somehow
Yeah.
we end up like
Being a
helping
little
each other,
coach, yeah,
helping
partner in life.
helping each other and becoming kind of each other teacher. But it's important not to be that like person telling
Yeah.
anyone what to do
Yeah.
and how to
Yeah.
do. It's just very beautiful, like almost like elegant work with partner,
Yeah.
showing them by example.
Yeah. I think a good leader will never tell you what to do. It will guide you. I think my dad is something that someone like that in my life. He will never exactly tell me what to do, but he will give me like hints, you know, and things. And I think I have learned from him. My husband, I have to say, he's really also, I have learned from him. We're two different cultures. And just by knowing that we're two different cultures, it was easier also for us to know that we're different. We need to accept some things.
Well, where are you from and where's your partner from?
Okay, he's from Holland,
Yeah.
and I'm from Dominican Republic. So just knowing that two different worlds. But when you get together, you know already that you're gonna have a lot of, you know, like reaction, no? So just knowing that you need to be open. So that was something good from us as a couple. There's an art also that is called Him, that is about him and our path in our journey as a couple. We have had a relationship, long distance relationship. We have had in my country. We have had here in Barcelona, which is land of none of us, and we have had in Dublin, and we have traveled a lot. We're both really exploring everything. So when he sees me in this journey through my life, he knows already that I'm like a open souled, and he have been seeing me trying so many things, which from, like you say, his culture is not like that. They're built to be someone and to do that role and maybe have a schedule and this and that. But he have blend a lot with my culture also and see the example of my parents, my culture, and myself. And he is open to try. And that is something that I also love from him. You know, he knows my language really well, and he have the homework to listen to my dad, how I've been raised, and then he says it's not a potion like we just said. It can be something else. So with the kids, we also have a blend. And with work, it doesn't need to be a schedule from 8 to 5. It doesn't need to be da 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 da, you know. So we have learned together with examples of people around us and things that have worked for me that it could be different. And like you say, because I know from where you're coming from, I have always do meditation, yoga, and those kind of things. And for a man, has been always a taboo to do these things. So last year, or maybe before, because he was feeling overwhelmed of working so much, he said, "Let me try." And then I said, what could you lose? Try it. And he hated it. Literally, he was like,
Was it
"How
Ashtanga
can
he
it
tried
be
first?
a position so uncomfortable?" I think it was like the basic, like. So he was like, "How can I be in a position longer than this? How could you do this?" Da, 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 da." But I think that is exactly what life sometimes tells us. Sometimes we're gonna be in an uncomfortable position, and you have to feel peace and comfort in your own bubble. Okay, you have to find that balance. I said, try first month, like 1 month, not one class, like give it a try. And he did, and now he's in love because he's in love of the result.
Like how
that
it makes him feel.
make him feel. He's like, oh my God, that feeling of putting your mind really concentrated in something that at the end, my body and my mind feels better. He feels more energetic. He now knows how to empty his mind. He knows how to be in peace when the chaos is around. All those things that give you the meditation, this type of exercise is just amazing. So I
We
think
need to bring him to the interview next time just to hear the male side and male side of benefits, because I feel like a lot of men just stay away from yoga and meditation because they think like it's a female practice only, and they don't even try, or they try once and they just feel very threatened by women if it's a group class, and like, oh no, it's just for women.
But
I don't do
this
that.
is for any man that is struggling with workaholic habits in their life. It's a really bad habit that will lead you just to be unhealthy. You need to find a solution for that. And I think going to basic like nature, real contact, finding yourself, be happy with your inner part, touching your kid inside, your child inside. And those things you need to get in contact. If no, you're not going to have a good balance in your life. So I am happy that he also learned it. And I know I'm going to have him forever, longer than if he will continue that path of being working all the time. So I'm really happy that I could thrill him, you say like that, like come to this part of health, and then he comes to the whole thing, like he's like, now I like this type of food, I'm drinking this, I'm eating this, we go to the supermarket, so it's like, wow, like, oh, when you start something, you want more from that because the benefit makes you fall in love. You fall in love of the benefit, and then you're like, is there's more? Can we change more? Could we do more? So you're like, yeah, I want the best for me. And then you, like to say, it's an infinitive love that you feel for yourself. And then you can share it with your husband. And then you can give it to your kid. And if I could share it with many other people, it's just like the best.
Magic. Yeah. But I feel like that's why I like your art pieces, because just like looking at them, and I can feel that energy. I can feel how much intention and energy you put behind the painting there. There's so much meaning behind them.
Yeah.
And that's why I invite everybody who's in Barcelona. You can share more details, where and how.
These 24, 25, and 26 of March, we're going to be in HABA Art Lab and giving this exposition to everybody. It's something that I have built from my feelings, from this path, from this journey. And I think I need to share it with everybody, but especially to all these women that we feel sometimes alone in our journey. We are here for you. And I think I'm going to be open enough to share all my heart and my feelings and to give some solutions that have worked for me. Maybe you feel is also good for you. So we can also share all the ones in a conversation. And especially the 25th at 7:30 in Have a Heart, we're going to have this amazing woman moment conversation that is called the transformation. So I invite everybody to come at this time next Wednesday, the 25th, and I will be really happy to see you all there.
Many women feel guilty for wanting to be beautiful or connected with themselves and just sensual after motherhood, or even feeling shame to reinvent herself after motherhood. Did you feel that?
Nowadays, it's really easy to feel that you have a pressure to gain your shape after pregnancy or being super beautiful because you see many things on social media, and I understand that for sure. And I need to be respectful for those that, like it's not their priority because love doesn't come from physical or from how my body looks or how do I move and the other one doesn't move. I think it's more like finding yourself genuinely. Sensuality don't need to be that I wear my clothes like this or you wear your clothes like that. It comes from inside that you feel good with yourself. You reflect that no matter in what shape you are. And I think in motherhood and after motherhood, you need to feel good with yourself. Okay. So find that thing that makes you feel good, that will reflect in your partner. So you will reflect it with him and will also reflect when you're walking, in the way you're walking, in the way that you talk, in the way that everything. So it doesn't matter the because we call it sensual, whatever, stereotyping a shape or a way. But we are all sexual. We all are sexy. We're all beautiful. So I think just like try after motherhood to feel good with yourself, to don't lose in a role. Always stay connected with you and with the things that makes you feel generally that woman that you are. Accept you, love you, and I think there's nothing more sexy than that.
I totally agree with you. Do you think women often ignore their intuition or instinct because they're way too busy or too lost in their motherhood and responsibilities?
Of course, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise going inside of you and a lot of things that looks like priority inside of you. You have the responsibility of the health of other person now, so you are always and constantly thinking about that. You're dreaming, you're sleeping thinking about that. Any noise is like, oh, it's coughing, it's awake, it's good, it's bad. Do I'm doing it like there's so many things doing judgmental things, so that you have a lot of noise and hearing that deep and soft inside of you that want to tell you something, it's a weak voice if you have so many noise around you, and not talking about social media and any other communication and pollution that we have. So I think for hearing your intuition, the body is always talking to you. Sometimes even when you get ill, sick, it's because you're doing something wrong. You're not giving the body what you are supposed to get, you know. So it is really important to, when we find that quiet moment for us, hear what exactly I want. I feel I want to read a book. That's already a voice, that's already a desire. Oh, I want to walk in the woods. I want to go to nature. I want to go to the pool. I want to go to the beach. Like anything that is a little desire that your body and your mind is telling you, I think it's really important to hear it, and not just hear it, like we said before, not stay in the thinking, stay in the action, go to the action. So if your body is telling you, I want to go to sleep, take a sleep. I want to da da da. Go and eat that. Go and do that. Because I think spoiling your body in a good way, of course, not in bad habits, it's really healthy and it will recharge you more than damaging you. So if you hear your voice and you do that, for sure you will feel good. So it's really important to hear it with all the voices that we have. And it is really easy to lose it when you have so many priorities and emergency nowadays. So
As well, like differentiate which is like good voice and like what's healthy versus
exactly.
unhealthy.
You know what are the good voice that is telling you, oh, I would like to rest, and still you keep on working. Maybe you should rest, not the whole day, but give it a little rest that is telling you. Or if it's telling you like, oh, I would like to have something sweet, it's not a sweet, it's a banana. It's a blueberry. So you know, like you have to be a little bit and to hear that voice with good.
The healthy filter.
Yeah, the healthy
What's
filter.
good for me?
Exactly.
What's good for
It's
me?
good for me. What's good for me? Exactly. I think I want to go outside. Oh, I have the beach closed. Let me take the bus and go there for a walk. It's amazing to just see the beach or put a candle and you will see the candle flowing, you know, and the fire, the air, the nature, the whatever you need, the body will tell you. And if you do it, it's much better to do that than to not do it.
Exactly. Listen,
Listen.
take an action.
If you want to dance, play, start dancing. You know, I miss so much dancing. Do it.
Yeah,
I miss
love
so
that.
much talking with that friend. Call it. You know, I do it. You know, and you will see it will make a lot of impact. And I said to myself this year, like whatever person I'm thinking of, I will write it right to that person.
That's awesome. I'll do that.
Like
Sometimes I have it like I need to write her, and then like days pass. Oh, I have to.
exactly. So do it in that moment, and you will see that it's because of something. Maybe that person is feeling alone. Maybe that person was also thinking about you. But the same, because we're so busy,
We're connected.
you're
and
connected.
There's too much pollution.
Exactly. So
Is your exhibition is about love or healing, and why anyone should go to your exhibition and experience it?
I think it's about healing yourself with love. It's healing yourself with good habits, with hearing the good voice, staying in the bright side, feeling that selfish love for yourself to spread it to other ones. It is healing. So it is about healing, but I think we're spreading that it could be with love. Love wins from anything. So I think in this moment of our life, we all need to hear that there's still a lot of love to give, that there's good messages, that there's a good impacts that we could do. And we're going to do it here in Barcelona next week in March for 3 days. So I believe that anyone that want to hunt and look for something positive to do and to hear, come here, have this conversation, and look at this exhibition. And I know for sure you will come out of here, you will go out of there with an amazing feeling, not for now, but maybe also for the future. So it will always construct you. It will maybe be a message that you need to hear for your future.
I love that. Healing is love. I think we're gonna name this video like this. Healing
With this
love. I love that. And I'm a true believer that whatever we do, whatever we touch, we give a part of our energy.
Yeah.
And when people touch the things we create or just like be around us, they
Totally.
tap into this energy. So when you already experience that feeling, this love, this self-love,
Yeah.
it's easier for people feel it and kind of like feel that energy and kind of have a bit of like bite of that energy
Yeah, right?
within them without experiencing it by being next to you, by seeing your art, what you created, just like feeling this energy that you
Yeah.
put into the space.
Correct.
So I invite everybody to join us next week at Jennifer exhibition. We're gonna share all the details in description.
Thank you so much, Veronica, for this so much. I love it. I love it.